friends, I'm Chelsea and I'm here with my May TBR jar video. As always, I'm super excited to do this video. I just think about it every month, even if I don't finish my TBR. It's always fun to pick some books out and kind of start fresh each month. I have a new organized TBR cart, so if you saw my last video, you'll know that I reorganized my shelf and my TBR cart. I've acquired a lot of new books lately, and I have a bunch of library books as well, so I have stocked it, added some books, taken some books out, and I've also revamped my audiobook TBR that I have a list of, so I have a lot of exciting new books to pick from. Let's just jump right in. So for sure, I know I will be reading 2 books this month because I have 2 different book club picks. So I'm gonna talk about those really quick, and then I'm going to do 6 prompts from the cart and my audiobook TBR. So my 2 book club picks. My first pick is The Grace of Wild Things by Heather Fawcett. Same author as Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, but this is a middle grade book and it is inspired by Anne of Green Gables, and the main character's name is Grace, and that's pretty much all I know. I'm gonna be listening to that one. Seems like it'll be a really cute, cozy, quick read, so I'm really excited to read that and kind of see what her middle grade is like, because I really loved Emily Wilde. I'm curious to see how this kind of compares to those books. And then my other book club book is Even As We Breathe, and I forgot the author. It's gonna be up on the screen. I had never heard of this book before and I don't really know much about it, but someone picked it for a book club. All I really know is that it's set in Western North Carolina, which is where I live, and it's set in the 1940s, I believe. And the main character, he is Native American, and he is kind of torn between his life on the reservation. I think he's Cherokee, and he also works at this prominent hotel in Asheville. He is kind of caught between his life working there and kind of being undervalued, and then his life with his family on the reservation. That's all I know, but it sounds really interesting. I'll also be listening to the audiobook for that one. Yeah, so those are my only certain books in the month of May. I'm gonna pick 6 prompts. Well, let's jump in. Oh, I always get 2. Okay. Prompt number 1. We have, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, favorite color on the cover. That's fun. So my favorite color is definitely blue. So let's see. We got Hamnet, Pachinko, Del Canto, Us Against You, and Kaluba. I guess there's some blue on here. Okay, all of these are kind of bluish. Definitely some blue there, blue there. Okay, we got a lot of options here. And I'm gonna turn this around just so you can see what I got going on. All my library books are up here. That one's blue. We have Under the Whispering Door, that's also blue. And none of those. Okay, we're going back to the front. All right, I think I know. I recently picked this one up, and this one has been on my TBR for forever. I just love this cover. It sounds like something I'm really gonna like. So this is The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. This is a historical romance with maybe some fantastical elements. I think there's a series, but they're not necessarily all connected. I'm not 100% sure about this, but yeah, this says, a prim and proper lady thief must save her aunt from a crazed pirate and his dangerously charming henchman in this fantastical historical romance. And I've been really on a historical romance kick lately, just historical fantasy, like that general genre. I think I am going to just have fun with this one. It has a lot of my favorite colors on the cover, kind of like lavender, green, yellow, blue. Those are all my favorite colors, so this is a good pick for that prompt. Okay, prompt number 2. Again, already so fun. I just love the mystery element of this. Okay, we got free pick. I love myself for putting that in. That is so fun. I think I'm just gonna wait till the end and see what other ones are chosen, and I will pick my free pick at the end. So that's a quick one. Okay, on to prompt number 3, and I'm thinking 4 physical books and 2 audiobooks to just kind of keep it evenly split. So I gotta remember to check my audiobook TBR. Okay, this one is new to you author. So let's see. I'm gonna take a look at my audiobook TBR. First Live Wins, that one is on my Libby holds that'll be available soon. Powerless, no, not The Women. I've read Kristen Hanna before. I still want to read The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. I've not read it this month, unfortunately. Those are some good options. If it becomes available soon, which I think it will, I think I'm going to go with Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm so bad with remembering authors' names. I'm so sorry. You'll see it up here. Y'all have probably heard a lot of people talk about this one. It's been all over Book Talk, BookTube. From what I know, it's kind of like Hunger Games feel, fantasy. There's some romance in it, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. And as usual, I don't know a lot about the plot. I know that from what I've heard that it sounds like something I would really like. I'm ready for just like a quick, easy, fast-paced read, and I'm hoping that's what it'll be. I've never read any of her books before, and I want to see what all the hype is about. Okay, prompt number 4. We have historical fiction. I'm pretty sure I've gotten this one before. I must have put it back in, which is fine. I mean, I like historical fiction. We're gonna go back to the cart here. I have 6 historical fiction here on the top. I have 1 historical fiction on the back that is a library book. Let's see. We have the Jane Austen Society. Didn't read that this month. We have Violetta, The Things We Cannot Say, Hamnet, Pachinko, Next Year in Havana. And, you know, I'm feeling this one. This feels like a good springy, summery read. I guess May is still spring, but you know, it just has like a beautiful cover, and like Cuba makes you think of spring and summer and just warm weather in general. This is Next Year in Havana by Chanel Cleeton. This one has been on my list for a while. I've heard great things again. Let's see, this says, after the death of her beloved grandmother, a Cuban-American woman travels to Havana where she discovers the roots of her identity and unearths a family secret hidden since the revolution. Part of it takes place in Havana in 1958, then another part of it is in Miami in 2017. So I guess it's kind of like some time jumps back and forth. This character Marisol from 2017 discovering Cuba for the first time, coming to terms with her family history. There's a little romance in there. This sounds like a great book. I believe it's part of a series as well. I think so far every book is part of a series. Yay, love starting new series when I have so many that I have not finished. So yeah, I'm excited for this historical fiction choice. We're already at number 5. That's going fast. So I need to pick one more audiobook, one more physical book. I still have my free pick, I guess. So we have 3 more books to pick. Okay, this is Book That Could Make Me Cry. I must admit, I don't cry a lot at books. I'll like tear up a little bit, get emotional, but it's rare that I like full out cry, so that could be difficult. I'm gonna count like tearing up, getting emotional, because I really don't cry a lot. So yeah, so I do have The Women by Kristen Hanna on my audiobook TBR, and so far The Nightingale and The Great Alone, I have teared up at those. So that is a pretty good chance of crying if I pick Kristen Hanna. Thinking something on here. Us Against You, I definitely lost it at the end of Beartown, and I don't know if I'll have the same feeling for Us Against You. These are all thrillers, so probably not. I don't know about The 7-Year Slip. I know people have said that one was a hard-hitting one, but I don't know. It's hard for me to know what's gonna make me cry, because again, it's not a lot. I feel like 7 Days in June maybe, but that, spoiler, is my June book club pick, so I'm saving that one. I don't know, I feel like The Women is probably my best bet. So yeah, I'm going to pick The Women by Kristen Hanna. All I know is that it is historical fiction, because that's what she writes, and it is about Vietnam, I think the war in Vietnam, or at least set in Vietnam at some point, and that's all I know. Sorry y'all, I would look up the plot, but you're gonna have to look it up yourself. Okay, I was gonna say I don't have any fantasy, but I already have Powerless and The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, which is probably very light fantasy, so I don't know if you can count that. And I don't have any like thrillers or literary fiction. So, okay, this is very random. This is published in October, which the point of this was published in my birth month. I was born in October, so it's gonna take some digging. Okay, I literally searched all the October releases back to like 2016, and none of them are on my TBR cart, and I've already picked 4 audiobooks, and so I really want it to be a book on this cart. None of my library books, none of my physical books, and also a lot of it is like fall books, and that's not the season we're in, so I'm skipping that one. I don't care. I always get like one prompt that I skip for some reason, but it is what it is. So we are going to pick another one, and then I also have my free pick. So this is number 5 again. Okay, inspired by an element. So I guess that would be like earth, wind, water, air and wind. That's the same kind of fire. That's what elements are, right? I know science. Okay, I have enough historical fiction, so we're not doing that. I could do literary fiction, a fantasy, or a thriller. Inspired by an element might be difficult. So House of Salt and Sorrows. It's like a water type thing, maybe. But this kind of feels more like fall, winter. So I don't know though. Is it fall or winter? Someone tell me what kind of vibes this gives you, because I don't know. Sea of Tranquility. Sea, water is an element. That one is very curious to me. Although I think someone said I should read Station 11 before I read Sea of Tranquility, so I should probably do that. Gods of Jade and Shadow. I picked this up from the library, The Familiar. I don't know if this is anyway inspired by an element. I want it to be, but I don't think it is. I still have a free pick though, so I gotta keep that in mind. Okay, if I want to really be mean to myself, I could do this, House of Flame and Shadow, because all of these, like Sky and Breath, Earth and Blood, Flame and Shadow, that is very elemental to me. Ooh. Like, why? Why do they have to increase in page number by the book? Y'all know how I felt about the second book, but I am very intrigued to see what happens in this one, but like, I just don't know. I think I'm going to put it on my TBR just because I am curious, and even if I don't get to it, that's okay. So, Inspired by an Element, House of Flame and Shadow, Crescent City number 3 by Sarah J. Maas. Yeah, that is that. And then we still have my free pick. I'm going to pick one more physical book. So I'll have 4 physical books and 4 audiobooks, which is a nice even split. I'm going to take out my potentials that are standing out. So we have The Familiar. For some reason, this one has continued to kind of call out to me. Shady Hollow, like a cozy mystery about foxes, so that's fun. And then let's see here. If we're going literary fiction, Hello Beautiful. This was on my TBR in February maybe, and I still haven't gotten to it, so this is calling out to me. I don't know, y'all. What do I pick? Hello Beautiful, The Familiar. I can't hold all of these. Hello Beautiful, The Familiar, or Shady Hollow. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it up to y'all, and whichever one stands out more in the comments, I'll go with, because I cannot decide, but I should narrow it down to 2. I don't know. I hate decisions. This is so hard. Sorry, Hello Beautiful, you keep getting pushed aside. I'm gonna make the choice between The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo and Shady Hollow by Juno Black. 2 very different books, so just a quick explanation. The Familiar is a historical fantasy. This is set in the Spanish Golden Age. It seems very mysterious, and there's a lot of like religious themes, a lot of darkness. I don't know, I'm just very intrigued by it. I really want to check out more of her books. And then this one is very different vibes. Shady Hollow, like I said, a cozy mystery set in this village that's full of woodland creatures. It's part of a mystery series. It's pretty short, which is nice. And I've heard that it's really charming and quirky and cute, so it sounds right up my alley. But this also sounds right up my alley too. So I really don't know. I could go for either. So let me know in the comments what you think I should do if you've read either of these books, or if you have any strong opinions. I will pick the one that comes out on top. So let me know, Shady Hollow or The Familiar. I'm leaving it up to y'all because I can't make decisions. So just a quick recap. We have my favorite color on the cover. This is the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. We have historical fiction, Next Year in Havana, inspired by an element, House of Flame and Shadow. And then my free pick, I'm leaving it up to y'all between The Familiar and Shady Hollow. Tell me in the comments what you think, and I will go off of your suggestions. And then for my audiobooks, I have The Women as my book that could make me cry, and if I read it, I'll keep you updated whether my cold heart is touched and decides to cry. And for my new to you author, I picked Powerless. I think that's it. Then I have my book club picks, like I mentioned. So The Grace of Wild Things is my first book club pick, and then Even As We Breathe is the other one. So pretty good lineup. We got a good amount of historical fiction fiction and then some fantasy thrown in there, potentially a murder mystery if Shady Hollow gets picked, some kind of springy reads. It doesn't always end up matching the season, but I do have some that kind of feel more springy. Let me know if you have any strong opinions on any of these books, especially my free pick choices, but also just any of the others, if you've read them or if they're on your TBR. And let me know what you're planning to read in May. I think that is all for now. So see you in my next video. Bye!